Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I hope you people are fine. Today, of course, as we mark the Youth National Day celebration in Uganda, as it is done annually. The fact is, youth are a group of people who are ranging from the age of 15 to 24. That's according to UNICEF, and then according to the youth chapter. We have it as 12 to 30, but in Uganda, youth can stop up to 35. And so, what is it that the youth have done right and they're not doing right? Whereas there are also other programs that the governments are initiating, that they have handouts, the whatever envelopes they want to give to the youth. But I hold the view that going forward doesn't need us to have handouts. We have got to teach the youth, we have got to equip them with the knowledge that can help them to be innovators and creators of jobs, not only for themselves but also for others. Youth are the majority of the population of Uganda as we stand at the moment. And we can be used to our advantage or we can be used to our disadvantage. And we have got to realize that the potential we have in the young people have got to be put in rightful use. And it has to start with the mind. Let us decolonize our mind, because until when we decolonize our mind, that's when we are going to start doing the right things. Because today we're faced with a lot of things. We are faced with the TV, the social media, all sorts of things. Music is there, and what the youth are prioritizing on doing are really things that they really wish for, like they would want the music and other things. But I hold the view that going forward we'll need all the youth to actually start rolling up their sleeves, to take to action, to do things that are going to benefit us. Let us not see youth running away from the TV when it's coming to the news time, or things that are going to be programs that are going to be talked about to help the youth better their lives. Because a lot of them, they will just take to, going to the shower or do any other thing when they see news coming on, and if they see any developmental issue coming on, because they really love music, they really love social media, and to them, what they think is about trending on social media is about, talking and gossiping or rumor mongering on things, or the bickering, things that are not going to help us going forward. And I hold the view that going forward will need us to do things that are going to help the youth, because we are the potential, and our potential put to rightful use, we can inspire a lot of change and positivity within us. If it means getting to groups because we are stronger together as groups, let's get to groups. Let's form groups that are going to help us innovate things. We're going to create groups that are going to help sort the problems of the youth. Because a lot of times, many youth, they would also want to say, Tebikwata ko, it doesn't get to their attention, But it's time that we have to care, And you're seeing L breaking loose at the moment when we are in lockdown, and you hear of pregnancy, you hear of domestic violence on the rise. And I hold the view that going forward will need us to treat each other as people who matter, because being a female or male does not have to do with anything to us that we may treat one sex or lesser than the other, because we all have the shared humanity in all of us. And I hold the view that going forward, we need to do things differently. Let us shift the mindset. Let us desire to teach the youth how to manage financial issues, how to do businesses and entrepreneurship. Thereby, we can give them the money when we have done what they call a mentorship program for them, to make sure that they can come and take up something to do, and we transform Uganda as a nation. And we have all got to do it together, because nobody does big things by themselves. If we are going to see kids and students who are going to have opportunity to go to colleges, if we are going to see kids and youth who are going to go to hospitals and they will get government services which are supposed to be free and they do not charge them anything, if we want to see the youth who are going through schools to get the best practices, to get the best trainings, to get jobs, and opportunities to industrialize, to do things to better Africa, to better Uganda. That's what is going to take us forward. And all of us, we have got to do it. We have got to do whatever we are talented on to make sure that we take the youth and its leadership ahead. Time is now that we do not need politics that divide us. Let's take to action. Let's do things that are going to better the state of the youth rather than going to do things that are not going to help the youth. That is it, and that's my prayer. And I release my dreams and admiration for a greater Uganda, that surely if we have united as one force to see that we better Uganda, surely nothing can derail us from that course. And we have seen it happening in Tanzania, we have seen it happening in Burkina Faso, and surely Uganda, we can do it. We are seeing it lately, happening in Kigali, in Rwanda. They are doing it together, even when they were broken into pieces. We are seeing it happening in Vietnam when they were bombed down, totally broken down, but they are rising, and they are the second largest selling nation to the world market in the Europe for coffee after Brazil. So we can do it. And let's not delude ourselves. Let's not think that, America or Vietnam, which is rising, or whatever nations are getting high there, they have been created by angels of the Lord. No. People who have the desire to do good, people who have the zeal, the charisma to hold to each other, to support one another, to be alive at one another's struggles, to make sure that we go forward together. If we have the desire, surely I tell you it can happen. If we have leaders who care for the nation Uganda, surely it can happen. And I'm submitting to us that come next year, let us Ugandans put Uganda on a different path, for people who care, for people who are going to push the youth forward. And for me to you, youth, let us take to action. Let's do things that are going to better ourselves. Let's not wait for China or America or UK to do it on our behalf, because that will be arrogance. And I believe we can.